What's up, Metal Gear fans? It's Chris here, and I'm with Reese.
Yo, what is up?
And we're about to have a discussion about Metal Gear Solid 5. I know been a lot of reviews out, people giving their opinions. We have the people who are just literally gushing over the game. They think it's the second coming of Jesus, and then you have the people who hate it. We sit somewhere in the middle, and we're gonna give you those reasons why.
Yep.
So, Reese, Metal Gear Solid's gameplay. What is that to you?
You know what? To me, it is fun. What I love about it is just the fact that you can approach any mission however the hell you want. You know, you can go in all guns blazing, you can go in total stealth, you can just kind of do what I did, where it's like you try off going in stealth and then you kind of screw up and it's like, oh god, all guns blazing now. To
But
try and fix everything.
were you a fan of Metal Gear beforehand?
Yeah, I've played every Metal Gear except for the old MSX ones. Yeah,
So you're saying
and Peace Walker.
you appreciate the change more.
Yeah, of course, man. I remember I played, what's it, Metal Gear 1. I got to play it on GameCube, Twin Snakes, that was good. Obviously, linear. Same with Metal Gear 2, even though that was Raiden. Snake Eater, first kind of attempt at this is like, being out in open in like an open area. Less corridors and stuff. Metal Gear
Yeah.
4, cinematic as hell. Metal Gear 5 now, sure it's mission to cinematics, but at the same time, it was just fun to just kind of be able to go, this is your objective, go there, do what you gotta do, get out.
If I was to be honest, I'm on the fence with the gameplay. At first, the gameplay was really amazing. I like the freedom, I like the choice you can make, and I still do like the choice you can make. But gradually, the repetitiveness, started to wear me down, and I realized, okay, each mission is kind of following the same, plan strategy, and that's not necessarily the gameplay's fault. That's just the pacing and how many missions and how they try to pad the game out. That's the main problem. But as an evolution of the Metal Gear Solid's mechanics and the overall gameplay, I think this game is a natural progression. And I would so love for them to make a sequel to this game using this gameplay, but obviously trim the fat. Focus the gameplay and focus the story. And I think you'd actually have a masterpiece of a Metal Gear game. So in general, we say that we like the changes. We like the changes that's made to the gameplay and where they're pushing, the series if they do intend to continue it. So so what's the funniest thing or the coolest thing you've done in the game since there's so much freedom to it now?
Oh my god, funniest moments. I've been getting a lot of stick for this, as you know, because you're one of the people who cussed me about it. There
Yep.
was one mission, I had D-Horse with me, I was trying to take out a few tanks, I put D-Horse in front of the tanks to try and stop them, thinking, yeah, they'll stop for the horse. They just barreled through and ran D-Horse over, and then I kind of screamed out, D-Horse, no! So now, everyone's kind of taking a piss out of me for it. But that
Yeah,
did make me laugh. That was the first time I ever had a buddy die on me.
yeah.
I was
But I
kind of
think
freaking out, but yeah.
the buddy system is one of the most. It makes the game easier, but I think it was necessary because the game. It's a lonely game because you have Snake and you're going from outpost to outpost by yourself, and there's a lot of downtime between the outposts, and it's obviously a large map. So having another character with you, be it AI, it doesn't matter. But the game doesn't feel as lonely when you have a Quiet or a D Dog with you, or the D Horse. And actually I think D Horse is probably one of the best buddies because I really didn't think much of him at the beginning of the game, but later on when I started doing more side ops, I realized getting from these outposts to outposts is really annoying by car, and D Horse is obviously the best form of transportation in the
See,
game.
that's the
So
thing though, man. I liked D-Horse, but at the same time, it was quite frustrating. I
why's
don't
that?
know. D-Horse himself, he wasn't really my favorite, because obviously he's just like your mode of transportation. That was
No,
it.
don't get me wrong. He's not my favorite. I'm just saying I appreciated him more at the end of the game because it's better than a car and it's better than running from outpost to outpost. In terms of the best buddy, it's a tie between
Quiet and
Quiet
D-Dog,
and D Dog.
hands down.
Obviously, I think Quiet will probably end up the winner because of how broken she is. But
True, Quiet's the
I
type,
do,
if shit hits the
yeah.
fan, Quiet, sort everyone out, and then she'll just kill everybody in your way.
Literally, Quiet cover me, lay low, and then the entire outpost will be dead by the time you finish. So
Either that or just use her as a giant distraction so everyone goes after her, and it's like, cool,
exactly.
you just mop everyone up from behind.
Or just have her trank everybody. You just run around faulting in them.
If they don't
Uh,
have helmets.
Exactly. It doesn't. Well, I when you upgrade a sniper rifle, she can actually pierce the helmets, I believe.
No,
Uh,
I've got them all, man. All she did was it, well, the tranquilizer gun, first shot knock off the helmet, second shot will take him
so
out.
did he give her the final one, the
Yeah.
banana?
Oh, yeah. No, that's if you're going, all
Yeah,
out, kill
yeah.
everybody.
Helmets don't matter. She'll take everybody out with that. But so yeah, we can agree that Quiet's probably the best buddy, and it leads into like what do we think of the character it's herself? Like I mean we have different thoughts on this. What do you think of the character?
You see, Quiet herself, with the story they tried to, the story they tried to portray with her. Sure, it's kind of weak the reasons why she's like half naked and everything, but honestly, it didn't bother me at all. It's like I know there's a lot of hate about it. It's like, oh, it's unnecessary, but I don't know. In my mind, it just doesn't matter.
You see, and this is where we differ because I don't mind the character. I just think there wasn't much thought put into the character. She was basically just eye candy in the game. I mean, Metal Gear has a history of really cool female characters. We had the ultimate female character, the boss. Snake's mentor. She didn't get her tits out. Well, she did get her tits out, but she was still cool before she did that. And then we had Ava, what do you want to call her? She was pretty cool. We had Sniper Wolf. You know, Fortune was okay, and the B&B corpse from Metal Gear Solid 4 they didn't have much story behind them, but the designs were cool enough, and they were interesting characters, kind of. And then we have Quiet, which she's mostly naked throughout the game, and she doesn't say anything. So she's literally just eye candy, and the paper thin explanation they give for her powers just doesn't justify the way she's dressed. And I think Kojima could have been more creative with her character. We didn't need to go to row a bikini. And dude, there's some weird scenes of her, man. Like, let's not talk about the rain scene.
You know what? I never got that, and
You
I
never
was so
got that.
upset that I never got it.
You do yourself a favor and Google it. Then you'll see just how
I've
strange.
seen it. I've seen it online. But I'm just
Yeah,
upset
you
I
know what I
never got
mean.
it myself.
So yeah, there could have been a lot of a lot more thought put into the character of Quiet that would have made her more interesting. Her story in the game is underdeveloped, but it's probably the most rounded story in the entire game. It has a
Yeah.
beginning and it has an end, which I appreciated, and it explained itself.
But that does actually lead into the actual story itself, man. Obviously, you're talking about Quiet Story. This section is going to be spoilery, guys. So, if you haven't finished the game, skip ahead.
Skip ahead,
Skip ahead a
yeah.
while.
To sum it up, the story was rubbish, in my honest opinion. I'm a big Metal Gear fanboy, and I can sit here honestly say the story. What story?
I know quite a lot
Um,
of it was obviously portrayed through the tapes themselves, but that's the thing. I think chapter one, that was obviously the one which you can tell this is what they worked on before all
I'll
the
be
trouble happened,
honest.
because obviously, that's where most of the story obviously was. All the missions were fresh. It had like a nice little. I thought it had a decent lead up, to the final bit, but then the finale itself, like Skullface, he was such a
Weak,
underwhelming villain.
super weak.
It's like, why is he here? It's like, no wonder you've never heard of him, or why they made someone brand new and fresh for this, because it doesn't matter.
I'll be honest with you. I don't mind the episodic nature of the story. That's something new. It's different. What annoyed me was everything surrounding it. The fact that we have an intro every mission with the credits, sometimes spoiling who's going to be in the episode. So
True, that's a pain in the ass,
it
especially when
was
you're
like,
like,
why are
okay,
you
there's no
telling me this character's
surprise.
going to be here? So I know to expect skulls. I know to expect Quiet. Why are you telling me this? Um, it was so disjointed because you have a story mission, then you go do side ops for like 6 hours. You come back and then you're like, oh, what was I doing again? It just doesn't flow nicely, and the cutscenes, they're just so disjointed. Like you just can't piece the story together properly, and the ending in itself did not make it the way any better. Like you just made it even worse. You maybe I played this game for how many hours for you to tell me something which I knew from the beginning of the game. Spoiler alert: you're playing as not big. You're not playing Big Boss, which was in my opinion, like it was so obvious at the beginning of the game with the whole character creation thing.
Yeah,
So like, dude, I'm not playing as Big Boss. I knew it. You know that so many reveals were weak. The Man on Fire, everybody knew it was Vulcan. weak reveal. Everybody knew it was Vulcan. Psycho Mantis, we all know Psycho Mantis. We all know Eli. Everything was revealed in the trailers before the game came out. There's no surprises. The trailer showed everything the game had to offer.
That's so true.
And
Which
for
kind of
me,
does lead into
that
the
is
main thing
not.
about why me personally, when I like a game, I do not look at anything.
Yeah,
I'm on
but
complete media blackout.
certain games are good at that. The previous Metal Gear games, you could see a trailer, but you did not know what was coming in the game. The game took complete left turns every chance it took. This game just showed everything it had to offer. It's not a traditional Metal Gear game in a good way where it's opened up its gameplay, but when it comes to story, it's like they took 10 step back, you know. And oh my
Here's a
god.
question though about story. Would you have preferred it to be like Metal Gear 4, where there's like hour and a half long cutscenes?
But here's the thing, you can skip them. That's the thing to keep forgetting. There's cutscenes in it, but you have the option to skip them and play the game.
You can
So
also do the same thing with Metal Gear 5. Well, for what little
yeah, but
cutscenes there are.
I care about the story. And Metal Gear for me is a game about story. If you don't like Metal Gear 4, then don't play it because it's a game about story. So it's not meant for you, in that opinion. You know what I mean? I'm not saying Metal Gear is a niche game, but it's a game. Metal Gear 4 was made for the fans. The fans had answers, had questions, and Kojima gave the answers to those questions. So the game was made for the fans. Number 5 I'm taking is trying to, I don't know, broaden its appeal, and then it just fell flat, in my opinion. And we didn't talk about the boss battles in the game. There weren't
really any.
There weren't any
There's...
traditional Metal Gear Solid boss battles. We had a fight with the Man on Fire and the Skulls, which to me were the worst bosses ever in any Metal Gear game because they were just like rock bullet sponges.
It's true, actually. The Man on Fire boss fight, that was one of the most frustrating ones, only because the only way you can really get him is with the water tower.
Yeah.
And I swear there's only 2.
There's only 2. So you have 2 chances to knock him out and then get in a helicopter and run away.
That's
if you messed it up, you have to restart the mission.
Which I did on numerous occasions.
Yeah. And, it's... The lack of boss fight, it annoyed me, but...
But then again, technically Quiet was a boss fight as well.
She was a boss fight, but we've had sniper battles before in Metal Gear games, so she wasn't anything special or interesting. And we've had better sniper battles in Metal Gear. We had the battle at the end in Metal Gear Solid 3.
Oh god, that was so long.
In fact, it was very long, and you know what I mean. It was very, very long, and it was supposed to be even longer. But yeah, it's in, and we've heard that there was stuff cut from the game as well. There was supposed to be a true ending that was cut. Do you think that would make a big difference to the game?
This is what I'm thinking though. Seeing as how it was cut, obviously it means that that it was in development at some point. So it makes me think, will Konami try release it as DLC? Seeing as how obviously they released the prologue to the game, Ground Zeroes, like full price 40 quid,
yeah.
Like however much it was. So do you think they'll like allow the team to finish off what little bit there is, and then try to release that as like the epilogue? Because obviously at the end of the story now, there are so many there's like obviously a few points which are just never rectified.
I'll be honest, I've already seen the leaked. I don't know if it's leaked. I think they actually released it officially.
Yeah, I think it was on the special edition
or something. I've seen what the supposed final mission was supposed to be, and I'll be honest, it doesn't really explain a lot anyway. The only thing it really clears up is what happened to Eli after he took. I'm just gonna call it Metal Gear because I still can't say its name. It took Metal Gear and he left. And other than that, there's no explanation on what the hell was Sakamantis doing there. And to be honest, I think a lot of it's actually in the tapes. There's so many tapes I wish that would have been cutscenes, and so many cutscenes I wish would have been tapes.
Question is that, do you like the tapes or would you prefer the old codec conversations?
I prefer the tapes. Hands down, the tapes is I prefer the tapes, but what I'm saying is a lot of the tapes here should have been cutscenes.
It's true. Like obviously
there's
the
so
whole
much key information in these tapes.
Yeah, all the Emmerich interviews and stuff.
And I mean, honestly, I hate Emmerich, so I really want to see him in cutscenes. But there's so many different things that you think, they're gonna make a cutscene about it and explain it, and then you realize, why is this in a tape? This is really meaty information. This should be on screen been, acted out or
Shown out,
something.
yeah. Basically, all
Yeah.
the ones which will come up important, obviously the yellow ones, those ones should be cutscenes.
Hey, true. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Yeah.
Because obviously they're the important tapes. These are the ones that actually progress the story. So it's like, okay, if they progress the story, put them in my face.
Mm.
Don't give me the option to listen to them, because given the option, you're probably not going to do it because there's too many.
Exactly. I mean, they could have been more thought put into how the story was told in the game. But overall, what is your final thoughts on the single player portion of Metal Gear Solid 5? Do you think it lived up to the hype?
It depends, because I never kind of go on any hype whatsoever. But overall, I did really enjoy the game. I had a lot of fun. Sure, there was obviously missions where you were just getting so pissed and you just died however many times, no matter how
Mm,
many times they threw up. Do you want to use the chicken hat? And you still said no because you're not going to cop out. I
mm.
still like the game. I had so much fun playing it.
No, I definitely not the game, but it's just that I just knew how it's knowing the potential the game had and it didn't reach it. That's what really gets to me.
It's because you love the series so much and it
It's
kind
just
of
that
disappointed you a bit. That's why you're so
it's
passionate about it.
yeah, it's I just knew what this game could have been if they had trimmed the fat, focused more on the core gameplay. Um, it's just made the story flow seamlessly, and you still have that freedom. And I think it's a matter of like cutting down how much side ups you have. Making the main mission structure more unique. Like it's because really and truly they kind of all follow the same routine. You rescue someone, you kill someone, you extract something. Make them a bit more routine. You can throw all this kind of stuff to side ups because we don't really care about side ups. But lower the number of side ups, make the main missions more unique. And oh my god, chapter 2 was horrendous. For
All the
just
replaying.
make you replay missions. Like why?
If they're
Don't
gonna make you replay missions, give you the choice. Don't make them a brand new mission. Make them
make
kind
them
of like
side
as you
ups.
replay.
Throw them in side ups. Make your side ups replay main mission harder difficulties. That'd be cool. It
Yeah,
gives you the option. You can do it or not. And then make chapter 2 an actual story chapter. And I guarantee you the game will satisfy most of the problems people are having right now.
it's true.
Uh, but that, I mean, I like the game, but I still think the game had so much potential. And it would have been, I have a feeling, if there was a sequel to this game, they would have been addressed. And that game would have been a true masterpiece of Metal Gear game. But and we have a little thing what we think. We have a discussion like, is a game worth platinuming? Honestly, what do you think? Would you
This
want to platinum?
game, there is no way in hell I'm gonna platinum it, because there is a couple trophies on there which are just too long, like S rank and everything, and hitting every mission objective.
Yeah,
That is too much. There's certain missions where it's like, you know what, I have to play this mission 6 times to be able to hit everything, and that's too much.
and that's where the tediousness kicks in the game. There's a lot of tedious little tasks you have to do, like collecting animals. It's just replaying a lot of missions. Like it's just, and the game is quite hilarious because it will say, oh, rescue the lost mother base soldier, and you'll do that mission 10 times. You know,
Literally
uh,
10.
huh?
Literally 10.
Literally 10. You know what I mean? It would tell you how many times you do the same mission over and over again. Like the game is laughing at you. Um, and that was funny, but that's just unnecessary padding in my opinion. The game didn't need to be over 40 hours long. You could have made the game 10 hours long, and people still loved it. And that's just cutting a few missions and making it more focused and more unique. And I still think the game would have done. I mean, I don't know how people gave this game 10 out of 10 because it's a good game, but I don't think it's exactly 10 out of 10. But anyway, that's my thoughts on the game.
So,
We have Metal
overall,
Gear Online.
what would you give it?
Um, a, a B.
A B?
Yeah,
100% B?
B. Yeah,
'Cause
B.
I was
B
feeling more the
minus.
A route.
Well, we'll meet in the middle. Give it B plus.
B plus, that's good.
There we go. B plus. Yeah, Metal Gear Online. That's coming out.
That is something worth waiting for. It's only a few more weeks.
Exactly. Honestly, can't wait. There's a few little things I'm raising my eyebrows at. I'm like,
Balancing issues.
Yeah, but
Which
I
is
have a
obviously the
feeling
main
once the
thing
game
in
comes
any
out,
type of game like this.
yeah, I mean, I'm not, raging yet, but I have a feeling, when the game comes out, they're gonna, obviously do a few patches and they're gonna correct the issues. But with any online game, it's not the game itself, it's the community. So the game's gonna be good. I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. So, there you have it. That is our thoughts on Metal Gear. We overall enjoyed it. Overall, we're giving it a B plus.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you guys haven't got the game, get it. It's really good. Have fun. If you guys have got it, let us know how far you've gotten in the comment sections below. What are your favorite missions? Funniest moments? D-Horse no. And yeah, don't forget to check out other things on the channel, guys. So we will see you next time.
Take care.